Hey, what's up, everybody? Jay Pounds here with another rebuild video. This week we are going to go ahead and talk about 15 players you can target after your rookie drafts. Now, these are guys that may end up getting drafted. It's going to change between now and the draft, and I will hit this again after the draft just to kind of see how it all played out and things like that. Now these are guys that I am just now getting into looking into. I do look into the higher end prospects a lot earlier, but as far as these low end prospects, I don't have the time. Pretty busy guy for the most part, but I am now getting into them, and so far these are the guys that have kind of stood out to me. I've listened to a lot of different analyst opinions on these guys. I've done my own research on these guys. I've watched a lot of YouTube highlights and things like that. So these are just some of the guys I think you can take a stab at late in the, either really, really late in the third, trade up for one of the last couple picks in the draft, or these guys will go undrafted and you can bid on them in free agency after the draft. But that being said, I kind of call these guys like lottery tickets and things like that. And I know you see down here, it says 15 players to target after your rookie drafts. This is part one. I'm going to do 8 this week, 7 next week. That way it kind of breaks down the monotony of it a little bit, and just gives you a chance to kind of go look at these guys if you want to. I highly suggest it, especially with these lower end players. They're really players you should form your own opinion on, I believe, because like I said, they're lottery tickets. Most of these guys probably won't hit, but I base this on, I look at the path to playing time. I hear that term used a lot, but basically, how soon can I get this guy get on the field? How soon can he produce for my fantasy team? I look at that because then that raises their trade value. A lot of these guys, you look at like a Travis Fulgham, they usually break out, have a few good games, and then they kind of fade away. So as a rebuilding owner, you want to capitalize on that. Whenever they have that breakout, you just try to trade them and take what you can get per se. So I kind of look at that, and then I look at just how well they performed in college. Some of these guys were in a little bit lower level schools, so that they're not getting the recognition they should, but they balled out in college. So, you kind of want to look into that as well. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. The first player we got here is Davis Mills. He's got a 4-year, $1.3 million contract. He was drafted in the 3rd round with the 67th overall pick. He's got really good draft capital for the Texans. They took him with their very first pick in the draft. Their first couple round picks, I believe, went to the Dolphins. So, their first pick was in the 3rd round, and they chose to take a quarterback in Davis Mills with that. What that says is I don't think they believe Deshaun Watson's going to be back, whether it be from legal trouble or a trade. So I believe that just kind of opens up an opportunity really for Davis Mills. He's got to compete with Tyrod Taylor. That's his path to playing time. He's going to have to beat out Tyrod Taylor. Can he do it? I don't know. He was a really, really high-ranked prospect coming out of high school, going into college. I believe he was the number 1 quarterback coming out, and he chose to go to Stanford. He only ended up playing in 11 games, due to COVID and whatnot. But he had a relatively low touchdown rate. You look at the 438 attempts, and he's only got 18 touchdowns with that. So, I don't know if that's just from lack of playmakers at Stanford or what, but that's a little worrisome, I suppose.